Hello, students, and welcome to this short video that I'm going to walk you through the Quickwrite assignments for this course. Throughout this course, there are short writing assignments that give you a chance to practice academic writing, literary analysis, MLA format, and using evidence from the text. And even though these Quickwrite assignments are short, they're still formal writing assignments, so that means you should take them seriously and submit your best work. So for these assignments, I will not mark every grammar or mechanical error individually, but grammar mechanics, formatting, paragraph development, and clarity of thought are still part of the grades. In other words, I'm not correcting every sentence for you, but I'm still looking at the overall quality of your writing. Each Quickwrite should respond fully to the prompt and use specific examples from the assigned text. You should not simply summarize the story or poem. Instead, you should analyze it. That means you should explain what the text means and how the author creates that meaning. So what I always tell my students is when you're analyzing, you're looking at the what, the why, and the how. You will also need to follow MLA formatting. Your document should include the correct MLA heading, a title, double spacing, paragraph indentation, parenthetical citations, and of course a works cited entry. Please pay close attention to formatting. Submissions that do not follow MLA formatting guidelines may receive a 0. Late assignments, plagiarized assignments, AI-generated assignments, incorrect files, or files that cannot be opened may also receive a 0. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the first Quickwrite assignment. I'm going to share my screen here. I'm going to go to content. I'm going to go to weeks 1 and 2. And I am going to go to the Quickwrite assignment. Okay, so I'm on the instructor view. Obviously, I have the ability to edit as the instructor, but in this, you do have a release condition, which means you have to actually view everything before you're able to start working on this. Quickwrite number 1 is based on Kate Chopin's short story, The Story of an Hour, which can be found in your course textbook. For this assignment, you're going to write at least 150 words analyzing Mrs. Mallard's reaction to the news of her husband's death. You should use specific examples from the story and include parenthetical citations to support your response. Remember, this is not just a personal reaction or a summary. You are analyzing Mrs. Mallard as a character and thinking about what her reaction reveals. Your paragraph should have a clear focus, specific evidence, and a thoughtful explanation. You should also use present tense when writing about literature. For example, instead of saying Mrs. Mallard was relieved, you would write Mrs. Mallard is relieved. In literary analysis, we usually write about events in the present tense. Because this is a formal assignment, your work must be original. Plagiarism or AI-generated text will result in a 0 for this assignment. If plagiarism or AI-generated text occurs again in the course, it may result in failure of the course and possible referral to the Dean of Student Services. A student sample for this Quickwrite is available in the content area of our Brightspace. I strongly recommend that you look at the student sample before you begin to compose your first assignment. The sample will help you see what a completed Quickwrite should look like. As we review the sample, which I have on the screen in front of you, please pay attention to the MLA heading. It should include your name, the course, the date, the assignment, and the assignment title. The entire document should be double-spaced, including the heading. Also remember to indent the first line of the paragraph. You should also notice that the sample paragraph uses specific examples from the text. These examples are followed by parenthetical citation. A parenthetical citation usually includes the author's last name and the page number. However, if you mention the author in your signal phrase when you introduce the quote, then you do not have to put the author in the parenthetical citation. At the end, you will see that there is a works cited entry. The works cited entry should include the author's name, the title of the story, the editors of the textbook, the title of the textbook, and the publication information. One important thing that I would urge you to remember is that doing only the minimum does not usually lead to an A or a B. Students sometimes write the minimum number of words and then feel disappointed when the grade is average. Usually, stronger responses go beyond the minimum by developing ideas more fully, using stronger evidence, and explaining the meaning of that evidence. When you are finished with your Quickwrite, save the file in an acceptable format, such as a Microsoft Word document or a PDF. If you are a dual-enrolled student, then you will probably be using a school-issued Chromebook, and you will have to turn the Google Doc into a PDF before you upload it. Also, if you are using a Mac, Brightspace does not communicate with Macs, so just a note for that. Please make sure that you upload it to the correct Brightspace Dropbox by the posted due date. Make sure that you upload the correct file, double check for proofreading, try reading it out loud before you submit it. It is your responsibility to double check your submission. So this concludes the overview of the Quickwrite assignments for Freshman English 2. Thank you for watching, and please make sure to review the directions, the rubric, and the student sample before you submit your first Quickwrite. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great and wonderful week.